Commercial Act of the country. Any private sector or public sector institute, any entrepreneur, local or foreign, would like to register a company here in Bangladesh, he must have to comply with the Companies Act 1994. And the company will be regulated, will be operated under this law. So this is a very vital, very important commercial law, law of the land. It is equally important for the local as well as for the foreign investors. Then we have Contract Act 1872. That is, this act was adopted from the British colonial age. Important, let's discuss Bangladesh. Once it was part of British India. Therefore, we have many old laws here in Bangladesh applicable since British period. But after independence of India and Pakistan in 1947, and after inception of Bangladesh through a bloody liberation war in 1971, we have amended or updated some specific laws, but till now most of the law are adopted from British colonial age. The Partnership Act 1932, the Drug Act 1940, the Bangladesh Small and Cottage Industries Corporation Act 1957, the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, the Drug Control Ordinance 1982, the Bangladesh Standards and Testing Institutes Ordinance 1985, the Securities Act 1920, the Securities and Exchange Ordinance 1969. Most of these laws are adopted from the British or from the Pakistan period. Obviously, there are some law amended during Bangladesh. These are the comparative new laws here. The Trade, Companies, Commercial and Mercantile laws. We have Depository Act 1999, Customs Act 1969, Income Tax Ordinance 1984, Value-Added Tax Act 1991, the Travel Tax Act 2003, the Finance Act 2009, Banking Companies Act 1991, Financial Institution Act 1993, the Money Laundering Prevention Act 2009, the Insurance Act 2010. These are the comparative new law amended or adopted or drafted, enacted since last 20 years. Now come to the point, the Transfer of Property Act 1882. This is another old act adopted from the British colonial age. The Registration Act 1908, the Bills of Lading Act 1856, the Import and Export Control Act 1950, the EPZ Worker Association and Industrial Regulations Act 2004, the Bangladesh Labor Act 2006. Then Bangladesh have the Consumer Rights Protection Act 2009, the Patent and Design Act 1911, the Copyright Act 2000, the Trademark Act 2009, the Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1947, the Information and Communication Technology Act 2006, the Bangladesh High-Tech Park Authority Act 2010. Finally, we have Fire Prevention and Extinct Act 2003, the Public Procurement Act 2006, the Bangladesh Environment Conservation Act 1995, the Arbitration Act 2001, the Orthorin Adalat Ain 2006, the Money Loan Code Act 2003, the Bangladesh Tourism Reserved Area and Special Tourism Zone Act 2010. So with these few laws, we can see Bangladesh has a very strong and elaborative legal framework to administer, to promote, to protect private investment here in Bangladesh. Therefore, the foreign investors or local investment is 100% secured and provided sovereign guarantee by the state here. So let's, in this part, let's try to know what are the governmental bodies working to promote, to regulate trade in Bangladesh. In this connection, you will find a very powerful body at the very beginning, headed by the Honorable Prime Minister of the country. It is National Council for Industrial Development, NCI. So it is directly headed by the Prime Minister. That means from head of the government. So this is a very powerful committee, and this council look after the investment, trade, financial policy, and industrial developmental issues. And they sits at least twice in a year, and Honorable Prime Minister provides dictation to the relevant ministers, all the ministers, including Honorable Finance Minister, Honorable Commerce Minister, Honorable Industries Minister, Honorable Environment Minister, all other Agriculture Minister, all other relevant ministers are the member of this council, and Honorable Prime Minister, Her Excellency, chaired this committee. Therefore, this is a very important and very powerful council in the field of trade, investment, industry, and commerce of the country. Then we have an executive council to assist this NCI, that is Executive Committee of National Council for Industrial Development, ECNCI. This is headed by the Honorable Industries Minister. So this is providing secretarial support to the NCI. Then we have ministries relevant to the trade, investment, and finance. This is the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Industries, Ministry of Commerce. And finally, the Bangladesh Bank, the central bank of the country. Bangladesh Bank is responsible for the monetary management, controlling, regulating, looking after the money management of the country, money circulation of the country, controlling inflation, controlling supply of money in liquidity in the market. So this Bangladesh Bank is also playing a very vital role in investment, in maintaining investment-friendly climate in the country. Then we have National Board of Revenue, the tax collector, the revenue collector, the customs and other regulatory reform institute, the National Board of Revenue. They are responsible for determining customs duty, income tax, corporate tax, all sorts of revenues. So this is another powerful body of the government which has direct impact on the private sector of the country, on trade, investment, and commerce. That National Board of Revenue is mainly a regulator. Then we have the Executive Committee of National Council for Industrial Development. It is discussed. Then we have Bangladesh Tariff Commission. Bangladesh Tariff Commission is another important commission. They are responsible to determine, to justify the imposable tax or VAT rate or the duties rate, though it is determined by the National Board of Revenue, but Bangladesh Tariff Commission work to identify whether any foreign companies is doing any sorts of illegal practice here. For example, under-invoicing, or any sort of countervailing. So Bangladesh Tariff Commission is also very important to maintain a congenial business environment in Bangladesh. Then the promoters, Bangladesh Investment Development Authority. It was previously known as Board of Investment. But Bangladesh Investment Development Authority is the sole agency for coordinating all sorts of support to be provided to a foreign investor, as well as local investors. So they are working directly under the Honorable Prime Minister's office, and they are guiding local as well as foreign investors, providing all sorts of registrations, licenses required for invest in Bangladesh. Very important thing is Bangladesh Investment Development Authority offers one-stop service center, USS, to the local as well as foreign investors, mainly foreign investors. Then we have Bangladesh Small and Cottage Industries Corporation, shortly known as BISIC. BISIC is responsible for promoting and development of cottage and small industries in the country. This is also one institute, very old institution established by the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, while he was the Industries and Commerce Minister of East Pakistan. He established this Bangladesh Small and Cottage Industries Corporation to promote industries, small and cottage industries, enterprises here in the then East Pakistan. But after independence, it was termed as Bangladesh Small and Cottage Industries Corporation, and it is bearing the flag provided by the father of the nation to its hand. Now they have established about 79 basic industrial states throughout the country. Some of the basic industrial states are very successful, and they are playing a pivotal role in industrial development of the country. Many basic industrial states, institutions, companies are playing a significant role in industrial development of the country. Then we have Small and Medium Enterprise Foundation, shortly known as SME Foundation. SME Foundation is comparatively new organization. It was established in 2007 and starts its operation in 2008. The SME Foundation is responsible for protecting, promoting development of small and medium enterprises in the country. Though there are also work for cottage, micro, small and medium segment, one of the remarkable achievement of SME Foundation is to identify 177 SME clusters throughout the country. So SME Foundation is promoting mainly working for capacity building, credit wholesaling program, cluster development program, women entrepreneurship development program. They have many innovative programs till now. So SME Foundation is directly supporting the small and medium enterprises from every aspect. Then we have Bangladesh Industrial Technical Assistance Center, BITAC. BITAC is another old organization. It is working to conduct research for industrial process development. And it is providing technical support to the private sector institutions. It is also training up people to supply trained manpower to the private sector. Then we have Bangladesh Standard and Testing Institutions, BSTI. This is working mainly for maintaining standards, certifications, and maintaining product quality of every sector is the prime role of Bangladesh Standard and Testing Institutions, BSTI. Then we have Bangladesh Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, BCSIR. This is a scientific institution who are working to invent industrial processes, new products, new services, and many scientists work in these particular organizations, and they have 500 plus new inventions, mainly production process. Some of these processes has been commercialized successfully, and many of the inventions are yet to be commercialized in the country. Then we have Office of the Register of Joint Stock and Companies and Firms. This is a very important company. Those who are providing registration to the companies here in Bangladesh, either it is limited company, private limited company, or public limited company, or any foundation or non-profit organization. So this is another regulator. Office of the Chief Controller of Export Import. This is another important office under the Ministry of Commerce. They provide licenses for import as well as for export. So they are responsible to control import and export flow inside the country to maintain a congenial environment here, business environment here. Then we have Trading Corporation of Bangladesh, TCB. So all these institutions, they are either working for promoting or protecting or development of the private sector enterprises and industries here in Bangladesh. Then we have Investment Corporation of Bangladesh, ICB. They are mainly regulator and they are working for capital market development, capital market management, along with Bangladesh Securities and Exchange Commission. This is another regulator he is responsible for capital market management, capital market rules and regulation formation, and monitoring and evaluation of the capital market. Then we have the Federation of Bangladesh Chambers of Commerce and Industries, that is FBCCI. This is the apex body of private sector, and they are also working to advocate in favor of private sector development in the country, along with the government. Then we have sectoral associations like BGMEA, PKMEA, BASIS. These types of sectoral associations are working and advocating in favor of private sector for promoting and protecting private sector, respective sectors.